This video and all content on this channel is performed by a pest control professional, and it is always recommended to hire a pest control pro in your area to perform any pest control in or outside your home. Pesticides can harm you and your loved ones. Anyone who is performing the information in this video is doing so at their own risk. If you decide to try the info provided in this video, please always check with the local laws in your area and read the labels of any product you use. The label is the law.
Hey everybody, get that over with. Get to talking. It's late. It's late, I'm late. We're going to talk about some bugs. How's everybody doing tonight? Thursday night. We're going to get started pretty early. Well, not really. What is it, an hour late tonight? It just took a while. That's how it is when you have a bunch of childrens. But I wanted to start off with Reddit. So, in what I like to call Reddit, ask questions with Reddit. Answer questions with the exterminator, because I was banned from the bedbug Reddit, which is this Reddit right here, the subreddit bedbugs. I got banned. I can no longer answer questions here. Normally I don't say much, but when I do, apparently I get banned. And so I just thought I would answer Reddit. This is something I've started doing every night. I've been doing it for over a month now, and I answer questions on Reddit because I'm not allowed to actually type here. Besides, people wanted me to answer questions on Reddit for the longest time, and when I do, I get in trouble. So tonight we're going to answer some questions. Hey, Brad, I see you. So the first question is, are these bat bugs or bed bugs? So what would you guys say? Y'all been watching me for a while. What would you say this is, a bat bug or a bed bug? It's a magnified picture of a bed bug or a bat bug. Which one do you think it is? Let's see if I can get it to. There it is. There's another picture. So one way that you can tell that this is not a bed bug, that this is a bat bug, is it's very, very hairy. So you see how the hairs extend way out past its eyes, because these are its eyes right here. They go way out. It's really hairy, even like the little beard or whatever you call this, mustache or whatever it is. All those very, very, very hairy. So that is absolutely a bat bug, not a bed bug. So although Crossfire will kill bat bugs just like bed bugs, it's labeled for all breeds of bed bug, which would include bat bugs. So that's what that is. It's not a bed bug, it's a bat bug. And then let's scroll down here and see what else. Got some ads. Have new friends. Please tell me this is a bed bug or is it? See, that's where the magnifier kind of helps, but more than likely this is a bed bug. They found it in the drawer. That's probably a bed bug. Usually, or it might even be underneath a bed in a bed frame. But that appears to be a bed bug. If it's not, it's some form of bed bug, whether it's a bat bug or a bed bug or a chimney swift bug or whatever. That's what it is. It's that family. There's a bed bug there. Somebody killed one in their sheets. Ask if it's a bed bug. That's definitely a bed bug. And usually if I were to respond to these, I would just say, yes, that's a bed bug. Or that looks like a bed bug to me. That's pretty much all I ever do on Reddit. That's the way I answer questions. That's a bed bug. That's a bed bug. Somebody asked if it was a bed bug. Got a lot of pictures of bed bugs today. Now this person asks if this is a bed bug. Let's look at this. Let's see. What is this? Oh, wow. Talk about zoomed out. That does not appear to be a bed bug. That appears to be a beetle of some type. Not sure what kind, but it does not look like a bed bug. So that is not a bed bug. That is a beetle. There's that picture of that bed bug again. Let's see. Is this a bed bug? I know my camera is not great. That does not look like a bed bug either. Let's see, where is it? There it is. That does not look like a bed bug. That looks like a brown banded cockroach. That's the best I could tell from the picture I see. It might be something else, but it's not a bed bug. This is going pretty fast tonight. Usually I spend more time on the questions, but it's actually, all right. So here's a good one. This guy's got pictures of bumps. He's showing pictures of, I guess, bug bites and trying to ask if it's bed bugs or not. The truth is that you cannot tell what a bug bite looks like based on, what gave it to you. You can't tell what gives you the bite unless you've got proof that you've got a bug. This here, I look the same way with poison ivy. So it may not be a bug that caused this at all. And it's that time of year. People are out gardening, pulling weeds, and it very well may be chiggers. This could be chiggers. This could be poison ivy. This could be chiggers. You don't just assume right off that you've got bed bugs just because you've got itchy spots on your body. It may not be bed bugs at all. It may be just an allergic reaction to a new laundry detergent. So don't just assume that you've got bed bugs just because you've got itchy bumps. Because a lot of times I go into houses where people have itchy bumps on their body and they don't have bed bugs at all. So let's see what else we got here. Okay, so this is another one that gets misidentified a lot is spots. Spotting in bed sheets. And they think that this is a sign that they've got bed bugs. All right, this same little color could actually be a, let me turn this off. That was really loud. I got all my steam. Usually I turn all this stuff off before I get on, and I forgot. But anyway, this can be caused by a moth. If you've ever seen a butterfly, how a butterfly has this fine powder on its wings, moths have that same powdery wing residue. And if they get on a piece of fabric, they can leave these little markings on your fabric too. So it very well may not be a bed bug at all. Don't just assume because you've got dark markings on your sheets or bed linens that it's a bed bug, because more than likely it's not, unless you actually find casings or bug parts or something like that. So don't assume that just because you've got marks. Don't be paranoid that you may not have bed bugs at all. What kind of bug is this? Now, this is asked in the bed bug forum. That's not a bed bug either. I don't know what this is. This looks like a silverfish. I think it's a silverfish. It's hard to tell, but the reason I say I think it's a silverfish is because a silverfish has a teardrop body like this. You see how it's shaped kind of like a teardrop? And it's got this one long, which looks like an antenna right here. And silverfish typically have an antenna that kind of go down like this. But if they killed it, it looks like it's missing an antenna on this side. So I kind of think that might be a silverfish, but it's hard to tell with the picture. It's very, very difficult to tell. That's what I think it is. And this is not a bed bug here. That looks something, I don't know what it is, but it's not a bed bug. That looks like a dropping, like a mouse dropping or something similar. If it's an actual bug, then it's like a beetle, but it's not a bed bug. So those are not bed bugs either. I've been screaming and crying for someone to tell me these aren't bed bugs. These are not bed bugs. These are not bed bugs. Absolutely not. That could be a bed bug. It's hard to tell. See, this is the hard part about my job is people send me pictures like this on my camera all the time, and it's very difficult to tell. I don't think it's a bed bug. I'm not sure what it is, though. Could be a spider. Very hard to tell. This is not a bed bug. This is not a bed bug. See that? That's not a bed bug. It's like a book louse or something, not a bed bug. That very well could be a bed bug. I think that is a bed bug. And now I have lost my place. So I think that is all we are going to do on Reddit today. So hello, everybody. Got quite a few people in here. If you're enjoying the stream so far, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you like it, share me around. Invite some people in here. Say, hey, Jason's streaming and he wants to chat. He wants to, oh my goodness, my phone. He wants to chat. I'm asking my wife how things are going because the babies are not asleep yet. Usually I don't come online until my two youngest, my 2-year-old and my 5-year-old, are in the bed. And tonight, my wife said, it's getting really late and the boys aren't in bed yet. Why don't you go down and do your live stream? I'll put them to bed tonight. Usually, I'm the one that puts the babies to bed. So, we'll see how this goes. Let's see if I can tip this down a little bit. There we go. My house got broken into last week while I was at work. I got cleaned out. Oh, it's a shame. Kenju, well, it's nice to see that you're here. At least you made it here. That's a shame that you got broke into. Get yourself a dog. But not one like mine. Because mine just be best friends with you. He'll show you where all the good stuff is and help you carry it out. That's how my dog is. Kenju likes to use emotes. So emotes are available to anyone that joins. Let me show you what that looks like. So if you're on my channel and you click the join button, you have the ability to join the channel and you get emotes, and you also get access to videos as soon as I put them up. So I hadn't put up a video for a while. I need to do one. I need to do another one. I've got a lot of videos. I actually, in Discord tonight, I had someone ask me. So I posed a question a few hours back. Let's see, how long ago was it? Back at 5:30. I actually asked everybody, and now it's like 10:30, so it's been about 5 hours. I asked everybody, I said, what's the subject of tonight's live stream? Drop a reply to this post with your suggestions. And I had one person reply and said that they wanted to talk about going back to college and trying to keep from taking bed bugs around, whether it's to home from college or to college from home. And so I thought I would go over that. So I have news. I have a video planned for next week, either next week or the week after. It's going to be within the next 2 weeks, about how to treat a U-Haul for bed bugs. I have rented a U-Haul. It's not available yet. I got to go pick it up next week. But I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to set up a tripod, and I'm going to film treating a U-Haul in the cab, around the driver and passenger, plus in the very back, showing exactly how to treat a moving truck for bed bugs. It's very common for moving trucks to get infested with bed bugs. This happens all the time. People will go and they'll move their apartment. They'll take their mattresses and their sofas and their lazy boys and stuff, and they'll put them up inside the U-Haul, drop bed bugs in the U-Haul, and then you take the U-Haul back at the end of the day, and then someone else goes and rents it tomorrow, and they end up infesting their house with bed bugs. So I'm actually going to show how to treat a U-Haul. So stay tuned for that video. It's going to go up probably within the next 2 weeks. Haven't filmed it yet. I got to film it. I got to edit it. You got to take it apart, pick it apart, explain what I'm doing. It's a lot of editing when I do a video like that on a how-to video. But I think it'll be really good. I think it'll help a lot of people. Do you have any experience with Demand CS? I do. I do have a lot of experience with Demand. I think Demand is not very good. I've used it a lot. I think there are other pesticides that are better. It's a microencapsulated, so it can be good. The biggest problem I have with Demand is that it doesn't kill a lot of bugs I like my pesticides to eliminate. So like cockroaches, for one. I don't think Demand's very good with cockroaches unless you add an IGR. I feel like you almost have to add an IGR with Demand to even touch cockroaches. It's just not very good. It's not very good on other types of bugs either, spiders and stuff like that. I find that the most effective pesticides, as far as like general use pest control products, would be like Demon Max, or which is a synthetic pyrethroid for outside. And another thing for outside, maybe Onslaught Fast Cap is really good for outside pest control. But interior, I like to use something more like Alpine WSG. I feel like it's safer to use inside a house where children and people are going to be, living around the pesticide. So I like to use things that aren't really, harmful to mammals indoors, pets and stuff like that. So I typically use Alpine WSG inside. Oh, they didn't take your grand piano? Man, that'd be the first thing I'd strap on my back, Kenju. If I broke in your house, I would strap that. I know it's tuned. Probably sounds fantastic. Strap that thing on my back and hike on out with it. Let's see. I asked ChatGPT what a good subject was for Bedbug Exterminator live stream, and it recommended bedbugs. Oh, that's a good idea. I used Phantom and put NiGuard for roaches. Phantom can be really good for roaches. The biggest problem I have with Phantom is it clogs the tip up real bad. It clogs the screens. It turns into a lumpy, gross mess. And, my son hates it. I hate it. I can't stand it. What's going on? So I just plugged that in because my phone's going dead. And apparently that goes all the way back to my computer. Sorry about that, y'all. I believe that I had a very mild case of bed bugs about a month ago. I didn't use Crossfire, but I had Alpine WSG, so I used it according to label. In my small home, it appears to have worked. Yes, Alpine does work. Sorry, my computer is making a bunch of noises. Alpine works on bed bugs. I still use Alpine to do some bed bug work, especially if it's preventative. I always use Alpine on prevention. Well, not always. I take that back. Most of the time I use Alpine on a preventative. So I typically mix it up though, JMS. I use Alpine WSG interior inside, and then I use Demon Talstar or Onslaught Fast Cap outside. It really just depends on the problems that the customer has with their bugs. But I find that synthetic pyrethroids are more of a repellent. They work much better to keep bugs out of the house, and especially if your home has problems with things like ants or cockroaches, Oriental cockroaches, American cockroaches, or palmetto bugs, or wood roaches, things that come from outside. It's much more effective to use a repellent outdoors to try to keep those things out. And then use like Alpine WSG inside because it's a non-repellent. Bugs don't recognize it as a chemical. Now, most bugs don't recognize it. But now if a customer has problems with, say, spiders specifically, I usually use Onslaught Fast Cap all around because it's also safe to use indoors. And it's very effective on spiders. It's absolutely phenomenal for spiders. I've got customers that are terrified of spiders. And so if you want to keep spiders out, it works really good for that. So let's talk about the Joro spider. Anybody heard about the Joro spider? Let's watch a video I put up on my channel. I want you guys to watch this video with me. Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers again with Green Acres Pest Control. And today we're going to talk about the Joro spider. These parachuting spiders everybody's so scared of. It's supposed to cover the East Coast, and they've actually been in the United States since 2020, like 4 years. They're from East Asia. And the short story, TLDR, they are not harmful to humans. I know they're big, I know they're scary. A lot of people are scared of them because they're brightly colored and they make webs, and people are like, well, they're venomous. Well, most spiders do have venom because they eat bugs and they paralyze bugs with that venom. But the Joro spider actually poses no harm to humans, children, pets. They just eat bugs. So hopefully this has kind of settled the nerves of people that are scared for these spiders. And it's just a quick little thing I wanted to put out today just to try to help you guys. Y'all have a good one, and leave a comment below if you've seen the Joro spider. All right, so there you go. Anybody see any of these spiders lately? Those Joro spiders? I don't know if anybody's seen any or not. They're pretty impressive. They're almost as big as your hand. Now, my hand is larger than 4 inches, but it's typically 4 inches is how big a Joro spider can get, about 4 inches all the way across. So I don't know if anybody's seen any or not, but apparently they can spin webs and parachute using their webs. But that's normal. Most spiders do that. I know the news is reporting on them and talking about how, they're so scary because they can parachute on the wind and stuff. I'm like, all spiders do that all the time. Black widows do it. Lots of spiders do that, not just Joro spiders. Is onslaught a repellent? I feel like it's a repellent. I think it does a really good job at repelling bugs. I don't know for sure if it is. I've only been using it maybe 3 years. I haven't got a lot of experience on if it actually repels bugs or not. I find that houses where I do use it as an exterior pest product, it does keep a lot of bugs out. Whether it kills them quicker than they can get inside, or it repels them, is yet to be seen. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to ask the people that produce it, which I think it's an MGK product. Do mosquito dunks work? I don't really treat mosquitoes. The best I do for mosquitoes is around eaves, overhangs, windows, doors, bushes, and shrubs around the exterior of the house to try to keep them away from the house. But I do know that there's machines that produce CO2 that do work on mosquitoes, and people will put them out around their pool, like if they swim, to try to keep the mosquitoes off of them while they swim. They use a propane tank to produce CO2, and they work. They actually do work. Annie says, one night stay at a hotel, bed bug on the bathroom floor. Thank goodness only one small suitcase in, sprayed with alcohol. What are the chances we could take a bug into our next hotel? I mean, it's always possible if you have bed bugs at home to take them anywhere you go. You want to just take proper precautions to keep your laundry clean and your jackets and stuff like that free of bed bugs and stuff, so you don't take them with you on your clothes. I know people that usually will take their clothing and they'll have a separate set that they know is clean that they can keep hung up in a laundry room on a hanger or something like that. And they'll put those on when they go out, so they don't take them to work or friends' houses or family. Yeah, so the ones in Louisiana, Kenju, I think is called a banana spider. We get garden spiders here, which in that video right here, if you look like right East there, Coast and that's the Joro spider right there. How can I just mute this? I guess I can't mute this. Oh, yeah, I can. All right, let's do this. There we go. So that's the Joro spider. And then you go over to here. That's a garden spider. We get these all the time. Usually you'll see garden spiders in the fall. After they get really large, you'll start seeing them. They make a big, huge orb web. And then the banana spider is this one right here. That's the banana spider. That's further south, like towards Florida and Texas, Louisiana, places like that. You'll see the banana spider. Garden spiders are all over the United States, though. And then, but the Joro spider is what everybody's all hung up on because it's just a new big spider that people see. And this thing autoplays every time you go and click. But yeah, this spider here, everybody's scared of it because it's venomous, but it doesn't hurt people. The thing is most spiders, if not all spiders, have venom. It's how they eat bugs. They inject a bug with venom that turns it into something they can eat. If you've ever watched Charlotte's Web, Charlotte explains to Wilbur exactly how spiders eat their food, and it's actually a very good representation of how spiders eat their food. But so they all have venom. Now, not all spiders have fangs sharp enough to penetrate human skin, or even long enough to penetrate human skin. So it's not, possible, they're claiming, for this spider to even bite you. Now, it depends on what news organization you watch. Some say it's like a bee sting. But from everything that I've gathered and all the research I've done on these things, they're not harmful. They won't hurt you. There's always a chance you could be, allergic to them. I mean, not everyone's allergic to bees. Not everyone's allergic to bed bugs. Not everybody reacts from bug bites either. So, what's your best opinion to control scorpions? We don't have scorpions in Virginia. I don't do scorpion control. But Onslaught Fast Cap is what I've heard people use for them. I don't know, though. Not for sure. You'd have to ask an exterminator from Tennessee or Arizona, somewhere where they get scorpions. We don't get them in Virginia. You want something that kills arachnids. because scorpions are arachnids, and Onslaught Fast Cap is labeled for scorpions. So if I were to pick something, if we had scorpions, that's what I would use. I don't know how well it works because I've never had scorpions. I've never used it on them. Oh, man. I am full. I ate pizza for dinner. My wife made deep dish homemade pizza, and I am full. Yeah, Onslaught. I can show you. So let's look at Onslaught. Actually, I think it's on my page. Let me see here. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's see. Is it on description? Let's see. So you can get descriptions on all these videos too. So let's see. Amazon store. There it is. Oh, you can't click links on those though, like you can on the long format. So let's just copy that and paste it up here. There we go. All right. So if you go to spider control, which is right here, which spiders are arachnids and so are scorpions. So you go hair, and there's Onslaught Fast Cap right there. That's the pesticide that I use for spiders. So, and it's for scorpions. It even says it right on the label, spider and scorpion insecticide. So, yeah, Onslaught is not the same as Onslaught Fast Cap. Onslaught Fast Cap is different. It's not the same mix. It's not the same chemical. So that's what I use for spiders, and I would use the same thing for scorpions. I'm just assuming it works on scorpions. Out of 225 ratings on Amazon, it's got 5 stars, which is pretty impressive. Excuse me. I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's always a long day. You know, I pick Thursdays. All right. Thursdays in the month, except for the last Thursday. They are some of my hardest days. I work all day long, and I'm exhausted when I get home. And then I jump on live and I talk to you guys until late night. So I'm always yawning. I'm always like red-eyed and like I could go to sleep because I'm always tired. But if I get on early, like I have done early streams before, and I'm much more lively and I don't yawn at all. But anyway, what advice would you give someone who may be interested in getting into pest control profession? Get yourself a Google My Business page. List your business. It's the most important step. It's the most important thing that I did was I got a local Google My Business page, and get yourself listed in the map pack on Google, which is free. Any business can do it. You just have to have a phone number that's been cleared through Google, and you have to have a business address that's been cleared through Google. Now, post office box won't work. You have to have a physical address, but it absolutely works. It's amazing. And that's the way that it really worked well for my company, and that's what I recommend. Read everything you can. Do my course, and I'm not trying to self-promote myself, but I've got some really good courses on Udemy that are really good about roaches and bed bugs. And if you can get rid of roaches and bed bugs, you can get rid of pretty much any bugs. And so learn, read, take your courses, get your license, read all your state manuals, read them 4, 5, 6 times, and then go take your test and get your license and get started. So you got to get going. You got to get moving. You got to learn. Don't just go in somebody's house if you don't even know what you're doing. You know, it's important to research as much as you can and try to learn how to deal with bugs. One of the things, I talked to an exterminator years ago. He called me from Nigeria, and he talked to me for like an hour. He actually paid to talk to me for an hour. And I talked to him. He was a real interesting guy, and he was talking about how to get rid of cockroaches. Now, Nigeria is a tropical area of the world, and so they have German cockroaches all over, inside, outside, everywhere. And he said in Nigeria, what they do is they give you the pesticides, and they say go to it, and you don't get any kind of knowledge, no one training you, no one telling you what to do, no one telling you how to do things. And so he was curious on how to get rid of cockroaches, and so I told him exactly what I do, and he called me back or messaged me or something. I can't remember if it was an email or if he texted me or if he called me. Just tell me. He said, hey, man, that's worked real well for the last 3 months. He said, I think I'm the best exterminator in Nigeria. No one else can kill him but me. And so he gets all kinds of business and everything. And so it's important to research. It's important to know what you're doing, not just to go into a house and spray as if you think you know. You really need to know. You need to know what crack and crevice means. You need to know where bugs live, and don't just spray everywhere. One of the biggest mistakes people make in trying to get rid of bed bugs and using things like Crossfire is that they go in thinking that more is better and that they can just spray it on everything and it'll kill their bug problem. And then they get really upset when it doesn't work. And this is because they're not targeting the areas that I tell them to target. You only need to treat your mattress, box spring, headboard, footboard, bed rails, and that's it. That's all you need to treat the bed. And then you treat your baseboards throughout the house, and you treat your sofas and lazy boys and stuff like that. That's it. You don't go and spray the walls. You don't spray the ceiling. You don't spray the floor. One guy actually told me one time, he said that he got his bottle of Crossfire, he mixed up a gallon, and it took a whole gallon to do one bedroom. And I'm just like, that's insane. I said, it takes me 1 gallon. I could do like 4 or 5 houses with 1 gallon. How much product? I mean, you have got to be overusing your product. Unless your one bedroom has 20 beds in it, you're using way too much chemical. And he's like, well, I sprayed the floor and I sprayed the walls. I sprayed everything. And I'm like, that's not how you get rid of bed bugs. I said, you don't do that. That won't work. I said, it might work, but more than likely it won't work. And then you're just wasting your pesticide, and it's not cheap. I said, you're probably going to have to, if you're going at that rate, you probably have to buy 5 or 6 more bottles just to do your whole house. And because you have to do the whole house. He said, well, I can't just get away with that one room. I was like, no, you got to do everything. I said, who's to say you didn't track them through the house? I said, no, you got to treat the baseboards through the whole house. I said, it specifically states on the label that it's not for broadcast use. Broadcast means the area. Okay, let me show you. Let me get a picture here. All right, I'm going to get this picture. I'm going to show you. This is the most important picture because it's hard. But when you treat a room, you treat the perimeter around the edges, okay? You don't spray the whole floor. You don't spray the whole wall. You just spray the edges, around the edges, okay? The bed bugs like to live in the edges, in the cracks. You see how this frame has got cracks and divots? They live in there. They don't live here. They live here. So what you're doing is you're taking the pesticide to their home where they live. Yes, for the horde. I'm going to have to hang that up later because it's got a special little hanger on the back of it. I'm not going to be able to hang it up. But the point is that you're putting the pesticide where the bugs live. You're putting it in their home. That's one of the things you have to attack when you attack bugs is you have to attack where they live. Now, some bugs, that's not possible, like cockroaches, for example. A lot of times they live inside the wall. And if they live inside the wall, well, then what you do is you treat the cracks where they have to exit. You treat their doorways, all right? The doorway for a cockroach is like around an outlet or around a baseboard or around a crown molding, places where they have to exit from inside the wall. Underneath cabinets, there's always a hole through the sheetrock under a cabinet, like for a sink or something like that, for a pipe. And so you target the areas where the roaches have to come out and they crawl through the chemical and they die there. So basically you're putting them under siege, and as soon as they come out, they die. That's what you're doing with bed bugs. When you treat your mattresses, you're the food. You are the source of sustenance for the bed bug. And so if you're laying on the bed and they have to crawl across the bed to get to you, they're going to die. That's why it's important to treat the areas that matter. And the areas that don't matter, don't treat those areas. Is more pest Okay, think like the bug, act like the bug, become the bug, feed on human blood for a while, taste. Why do I continue to read what you say? Why do I read? Every time Kenju types, I read everything word for word what he says. I really should learn better. I should know better by now not to read everything Kenju types. I'm supposed to read it first and then say it out loud. Is more pest activity normal after an initial spray? I'm a pest control operator in Las Vegas. Yes, yes. More pest activity is absolutely normal because most chemicals affect an insect's nervous system, which cause them to do things erratic. It causes them to behave erratic and does things out of character. So what the bugs will do is they will crawl through the chemical. Like cockroaches are a good example. Cockroaches don't like the light. They like to stay away from the light. German cockroaches, Oriental cockroaches, they all like to kind of shy away from the light. They don't like to come out when the light is on. You will see German roaches in broad daylight if they've been sprayed with a pesticide. They will absolutely act erratic and not natural. One of the things I tell my customers when I'm done treating a house is don't be alarmed if you see things crawl out that you didn't even know were in the house, because as the bugs encounter the pesticide, they do weird stuff. Ants will come out and they'll do weird little turns and stuff. Like they have nowhere to go. Normally ants are very structured. They stay to a straight line always. And they have a purpose. It's like they're going somewhere, they're doing something. But if they've been a pesticide's been applied to them, they act weird and they do weird stuff before they die. And you might just find piles of them in the middle of the counter dead, where it's like, why were they there? They've never been there before. Well, that's because they got into the pesticide. For the Horde, yes, Tauren Warrior. I had a Tauren Warrior. I had a Tauren Warrior. I had an Undead Warrior. I had a Tauren Druid, Undead Priest. I don't think I ever made a Shaman. I couldn't get into the totems. I tried. I'm talking vanilla. I don't really care for retail. I like old stuff. I'm an old man. I like old games. I've been playing Pokemon Red, just to put things in perspective lately. So the original, not Fire Red, the original on Game Boy. Hey man, can you explain the plastic cups you put around the bed legs for bed bugs? They don't work. The interceptors, they don't work. I did a video on those. So if you go to my channel. Hey everybody, come on, Jason, be quiet. You go to my videos on my channel and you just go right here. It's like the 4th video that I've made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 videos back. Bedbug interceptors, do they work? Honest review. They don't work. You don't even have to watch it. They don't work. But I go over why they don't work. So it's like 11 minutes. I actually had a company comment on this video trying to tell me that I needed to take my video down, that I was giving nothing but anecdotal evidence. And I should have approved the comment. I deleted it prematurely because usually stuff like that where they're obviously giving misinformation. But I should have let the comment. My wife's like, no, you should have replied to that one. That would have been a good one to reply to. But I didn't. And I'm kicking myself. But anyway. Some bugs. So the thing about interceptors and the reason interceptors don't work is because interceptors go under the premise that bed bugs can't climb a slick surface. All right. I have a bed bug right here in this little vial. I've got several. I've got like 5 of them in here. All right. If I take this screen out, now that screen is in there. You see that screen? That screen is in there to provide an easy way for bed bugs to crawl up to get to this top screen, because this is a feeder tube. And what you do is you put it on your arm like this, and the bed bugs can crawl to your arm and they can bite you because it's a hole. All right, that's just a screen in the top. So they can breathe and so they can bite you. And so when you put that against your arm, they can actually take their little biting parts and stick through that screen and bite your arm. All right, they don't work very well. I usually just take them out and let them bite me. But anyway, These bugs, all right, if I take this screen out and I sit it on the table overnight, those bugs will be up around this top. And how did they do it if bed bugs can't climb a slick surface when that is glass and that is as slick as it gets? It's not porous. It's a non-porous area. All right. They can climb that. Okay. Straight up and down, not slanted like an interceptor. They're straight up and down. They can climb it. They can actually climb interceptors better. One of the biggest complaints that these companies will say, and this is what this one company told me with my video because they were trying to tear it apart, is they said, well, we have evidence from laboratory results. And I'm like, I hate this. I hate this response. People say, well, it was done in a lab. It was done in a lab. Well, you know what's not done in a lab? Actual real life application is never in a lab. It's in someone's house. It's got all kinds of variables that they cannot factor in to a real life situation in a laboratory. They can't do it. The only way that you can get real results is through real life, dealing with real people. And I have never been in a house where an interceptor has worked, ever. And I've been doing bed bugs for 24 years and I've never seen it work. I've seen all kinds of models. In fact, let's look at a few. Let's look at a few so I can show you. They're not all this little dish like in that little thumbnail. There's one that's like oblong shape. They've got these that are like pheromone traps. They don't work either. Glue boards. Glue boards will work if you wrap them around the bed leg. All right. Or double-sided tape. Double-sided tape works. There's the ones I showed in my thumbnail. That kind. They have got so many different kinds. Like, look. See, this one's got little ridges in it. It's not just this flat one. It's little ridges. And they show these pictures like, look at how successful it is. And they're obviously Photoshopped. They're not realistic. Some people put dishes underneath the bed legs. They don't work either. None of these designs work. If they worked, they would have one single design and they would all be the same because that one works. You know, they'd all be the same. But no, they're not. They're all different. See, this guy's got like an upside down Cool Whip lid. All right. They just don't work. But anyway, I've seen all kinds of different designs. And the reason there's so many different designs is because they don't work. And yes, I almost started to sing at Kenju. Right after I said I got to be careful what I say around you. I got to be careful reading your comments. And then I go and start reading one out loud. But so the problem with, all right, let's assume interceptors work. Let's just assume that. You treat your bed and you treat your box springs, you treat your baseboard, you treat everything like you're supposed to. It's the same thing as taking a mattress encasement and putting it on your mattress after you've treated your mattress, or putting a mattress encasement over your box spring after you've treated your box spring. All right. If there's any bed bugs hidden around in the room somewhere that need to crawl over your mattress and box spring, well, they're not going to come into contact with a pesticide at all because the pesticide's been covered up by a mattress encasement. So you've kind of eliminated a surface that they could possibly be exposed to chemical. And you want them exposed to as many surfaces where there's a chemical as possible. If you go and put a mattress, an interceptor on the bed leg, well, now you have taken the entire bed out of the equation. If they work, which they don't, but if they work, then imagine now they're not crawling up a bed leg, they're not crawling across the bed frame, they're not crawling across the box spring or the headboards or anything because you effectively put a interceptor on every bed leg. Now the bed bugs can't get in touch with any of that pesticide, and they're going to naturally want to, but they can't get to it, and they won't die, and they'll just make their way back out, or they'll go into a different room where they can get to a blood meal. That's one of the things you got to think about too, is if they actually work, what's to say they won't go into another room of the house? That's usually what they do. If they can't get to the blood meal they want, they go into other rooms until they can. Oh, sorry. I'm yawning. I'm tired. Actually, I think I'm going to cut it short tonight. I know I did last week too, but I'm exhausted. I got to get some sleep. I got to get up early tomorrow and work again. Got to go kill termites tomorrow. It's a busy time of the year for me. I stay real busy in the summertime. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get some sleep. And I am going to talk to you guys later. Be sure that if you're not already subscribed to do that, because I am going to do some pretty cool videos on bedbug elimination. Like I said, I talked about it earlier in the beginning of the stream about treating a U-Haul. I'm going to show exactly how to do it, just like I showed how to treat a van, how to treat all kinds of other stuff. I'm going to show how to treat a U-Haul if you're moving or if you're a college student thinking about going in and out of college during the summertime. So hopefully this video has helped. Hopefully the live stream has helped those that are watching it later on, because I always record them and put up my VODs and everything. So I'm going to get some sleep, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a great day. If I can find my button.